What's going on, guys? As you can see, we are doing another underwater minnow video on my quest to find pretty much every minnow underwater. If you guys have been paying attention to this channel and you're a regular, you've seen that I've done a lot of minnow baits before. These ones are the next iteration of that. If you want to see more like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'll have a lot more minnow videos coming out soon, as well as just every other bait underwater. So today we've got 7 different minnow baits. First off, we have the Assasin Eis Shad. This bait is kind of like your standard winged fluke or depth sakamata shad. It does have those wings, but what you get differently is it's got a single straight tail with a lot of heft to it, which should actually put off a lot of action. Then it also has a hook slot, almost like a fluke, which would probably mean you could fish it just like a fluke. And I think that would be an interesting thing because you don't have to just put these on a jig head minnow. Next, a little bit smaller bait compared to that 6-inch bait, we have the Eis Vogel Wavee, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a 3-inch bait. It's got very soft plastic and it's really hollow on the inside, which I think that air pocket will help it float a little bit and get some decent action. I believe it does come up in a larger size. I just somehow bought the 3-inch size. It has a really interesting tail there, if you can see, with those 3 different prongs, and I wonder if that'll make it kick on a straight retrieve. Next, we have the D-style Virola. This thing is one of the more expensive baits I've ever bought for these, but it's a Japanese designed bait. It has this little air pocket there. It goes all the way, I think, to about here on the bait. So, I mean, you get all that hollowness there where you could put scent or rattle in there if you would like as well. It's got super soft plastic, and I mean, you do get what you pay for. It's probably one of the more high quality baits I've ever reviewed. The other thing is that tail is more of a boot tail, so I think on a straight retrieve it'll actually swim, and it is a 5-inch bait. The V&M Hyper Shad. It definitely has a lot of characteristics of a lot of other baits I've thrown on the channel before underwater. It has a very nice tail there. I've seen this little ball at the end of the tail. I think that will catch water and help it have more action as well. But all in all, I think it'll be a good bait. Definitely based on other baits like it. The Live Target Ghost Tail Minnow. As you can see, it has a ghost tail. There's no color on that tail. So I don't know if that'll help with like pressured fish. They'll definitely feel that tail with the amount of action it looks like it will have. Not a standard tail you see in a lot of minnows. But on this part that's not a ghost, I mean, look, it's really, really nice, realistic detail. Then we're gonna have 2 baits from Bassmooch. This is the Shimmy Shad from Bassmooch. What's unique about this one, not only it has those fins, which I think will react just like the wings basically, but it has a rattle in the tail, if you can kind of see those balls going back and forth. So, I mean, I think that'll be good. Rattle's not something you see very often in a lot of these baits, so I'm pretty interested to see how that's gonna affect the action potentially, and you know, I'm surprised no one else has ever really thought about this. And lastly, from Bassmooch, we have the Fillmore. This one's got more of your standard, just flat tail, nothing crazy about it, but it does have a nice profile I like, and we'll see how it actually reacts underwater. All right, without further ado, we're gonna throw these baits underwater and get an idea of what they look like. All right, just got back from throwing those baits underwater. First of all, we'll start with this bait, the Eis Shad. It definitely has a very good action. About what you'd expect from a large minnow bait that with the shape, I think it definitely is a very worth it bait to pick up. And I think it's going to be easier to find than a lot of your other baits that are winged and like a Sakamata shad. It does have a pretty high salt content. It's pretty heavy of a bait, so it'll cast really nicely. The V&M Hyper Shad has a decent amount of action with that tail. I mean, it's really hard to not get action out of it. It didn't roll as well as I thought it would, but it still is a very quality bait, and I think you got to play around with it to really get an idea of what you got here. And I think just having a variety of minnows in general is a good thing, just because a lot of these fish will get tuned into one minnow or the other, especially if people are throwing only one minnow. The Eis Vogel Wavee, I think this bait is incredible. It looks amazing underwater, super soft plastic, an air pocket that keeps it sitting level. I mean, I can't really say anything bad about this bait. This is a bait that I think if I had a larger version of it, which I believe they do make a larger version of it, it's definitely worth picking up. I would for sure use this bait. I thought the tail would actually make it swim like a paddle tail, but it really didn't do anything like that. But still, I mean, shaking it, rolling, it's incredible. The D-style Virola did have a swimming action with that tail, just as I thought it would. And I mean, it definitely rolls. It's a nice bait. I like this bait a lot. But a pack of these will run you about 16 bucks for, I believe there's 5 in a pack. So it's not the cheapest bait out there, but I mean, sometimes you gotta pay a little bit of money for the quality. The live target ghost tail minnow was something, when I rigged it up, I didn't really realize, but it's got a hook channel. So you can see those 3 dots at the top. That's 3 different hooks, slots for the hook to come out. And obviously you can poke it out before or after those if you don't have a hook that perfectly matches up. But if you're gonna do like just a nose hook, you could get one right up through there. As you can see, there's a little hole there, and it pretty much guides your hook all the way down the whole way. So I like that a lot, and it rolls. I mean, with that nice paint job, when it rolls, you get the flash just like a minnow. So I think this bait definitely has some potential. It'd be interesting to actually try out fishing and not just do a tank test with it. The Bassmooch Shimmy Shad has that rattle in it, like I said before, and I think if you were to have a little bit bigger of a shank of a hook or balance it a little bit better with the weight, you might get more consistent results. This one, since it does have the weight in the tail, I had it sitting tail down a little bit more than I would have liked. But if you messed around with it, you could easily get it to plane out and be level. It had a nice action regardless of that. And I mean, just the fact that it has a rattle in there built in is really nice, because then you don't have to sit there spending time trying to put a rattle in yourself. It's already precision put in there. And that just might give you a little extra added edge for when those fish are a little bit finicky and they're not used to seeing a rattle in there. And lastly, the Bassmooch Fillmore. There's nothing particular special about it, but that means it's just got really nice action, just like a standard minnow bait. Something that they don't see as often, because I think that mostly the top guys are throwing about 4 different kinds of minnows consistently. Like, you sometimes want to change up your minnow baits and just get a little bit more of a uniqueness to it. This one rolls nice, so if you like a rolling minnow, this one definitely would be something to at least try out. All these minnows have very good action, some a little bit better than others. If I were to choose one that I like the most, or 2 maybe, I would definitely go with that Eis Vogel Wavee. The little one down here, it's hiding. And I would also go with the Eis Shad, just because it's a larger minnow, and I think it really has a nice action for what it is. And you'll get the big bites with these, and with the Eis Vogel, really finicky pressured fish with a nice paint color and nice small body. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I should have a lot more videos coming soon. And let me know if you have any comments down below about what you think I should do next, or which minnow you thought was the best. See you guys in the next one.